Listen to me carefully. There comes a moment in every man's life when he looks in the mirror and feels disgust. Not because of how he looks, but because deep down he knows he's been living a lie. You feel it, don't you? That burning frustration, that voice screaming inside your chest, begging you to break free, to rise above the mediocrity that suffocates you daily. Everyone around you is asleep, moving like cattle, thinking like victims, obeying without questioning. You were not born for that. You were not built to be average. The system wants you weak, silent, and obedient, but deep in your soul, you know you were made for war, for challenge, for greatness. Stop seeking validation. Stop trying to fit into a world that is designed to keep you small. You must choose to be uncommon. You must choose to suffer now for glory later. Pain is your ally. Discipline is your weapon. And mindset is your kingdom. You either rise as a king or kneel like the rest. There is no middle ground. Don't think like them. Think like a savage. Think like a champion. Think like someone who refuses to die ordinary. Most people wake up every day and make decisions based on what feels good, what's easy, and what brings them immediate pleasure. That is exactly why they stay stuck, mentally, physically, and financially. Comfort is the enemy. It whispers lies into your ears, telling you to sleep in a little longer, to skip that workout, to eat junk, to scroll on your phone instead of grinding for your goals. Comfort kills ambition. It numbs your potential. It robs you of the fire that was once inside you when you dreamed big before life taught you to settle. But here's the truth no one tells you. Real freedom, real power, real self-respect, they don't come from pleasure. They come from discipline. Discipline is choosing what must be done even when you don't feel like it. It's waking up early, hitting the gym when your body aches, saying no to distractions, and focusing when everyone else is wasting their lives. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's repetitive, it's brutal, it's lonely, but every time you choose discipline over comfort, you build strength, not just physical, but mental and emotional resilience. You start to respect yourself because you know you're in control, not a slave to impulses or laziness. Discipline sharpens your mind, hardens your body, and builds a spirit that cannot be broken. Freedom is not doing whatever you want, whenever you want. That's chaos, and chaos leads to failure. True freedom is having control over your time, your money, your energy, your emotions. And that control is only earned through discipline. You don't get rich by chance. You don't build a powerful body by accident. You don't become respected, admired, or feared by taking the easy road. Every man who has risen above the masses has done so by mastering discipline. He suffered, sacrificed, and stayed focused, while the rest complained and made excuses. When you embrace discipline, something inside you changes. You stop being reactive and you become intentional. You stop letting life happen to you and you start creating the life you want. Discipline is the gateway to everything you desire: wealth, strength, respect, freedom. It forces you to level up, to become sharper, to destroy weakness and excuses. You realize that comfort was never your friend, it was the chain around your neck. So the next time you're tempted to relax when you should work, to quit when it gets hard, remember, every moment is a choice. You can choose to stay comfortable and live average, or you can choose discipline and build a life of power and freedom. Discipline over comfort. That's the code. That's the path to becoming unstoppable. Most people are trapped in a mental cage they didn't even build. They wake up, follow the same routines, think the same thoughts, chase the same dreams sold to them by society, and wonder why nothing ever changes. They want success, they want freedom, they want to feel alive, but they think exactly like everyone else. They've been programmed to obey, to fit in, to play it safe. But power, real power, begins the moment you stop thinking like the herd. The moment you question the rules you've been handed, you begin to see that everything around you is designed to keep you small. Thinking different is the spark that ignites a fire within you, a fire that refuses to accept mediocrity. When you think different, you stop looking at life the way you've been taught. You stop following the crowd and start carving your own path. You realize that the things people fear, failure, rejection, pain, are not to be avoided, but embraced. You understand that success isn't about luck or talent, but about relentless effort, discipline, and mental toughness. You see opportunities where others see obstacles because your mind isn't clouded by doubt or fear. Thinking different means you see through the lies, the distractions, and the noise. You no longer care what people think because you know most people are lost, weak, and scared to live boldly. The masses think success comes from being liked. from playing it safe, from doing what's expected. But the powerful, they know success comes from being bold, being relentless, being unapologetically focused. When you think different, you don't chase approval, you chase growth. You don't chase comfort, you chase challenge. You understand that comfort is a cage, and the only way out is through discomfort, through risk, through standing alone if necessary. Thinking different is hard. It will isolate you. People will mock you, doubt you, try to pull you back down to their level. That's how you know you're on the right path. Power doesn't come to those who conform. It comes to those who dare to challenge the status quo. You can't dominate in life by following the same script as everyone else. You must rewrite your own rules. You must question everything. You must think bigger, think sharper, think strategically. Every empire, every fortune, every legend began with someone who refused to think like the rest of us. Someone who said, I don't care what they say, I'm doing it my way. That mindset is dangerous. Not to you, but to those who want to control you, limit you, and keep you average. Thinking different is your first act of rebellion, your first claim to power. Once your mind breaks free, nothing can stop you. To shape your thoughts, shape your reality, think weak, live weak. Think different, live powerful. It all starts in your mind. Change that and you change everything. Most people are followers, not because they choose to be, but because their minds are weak. They need someone to tell them what to do, what to think, how to live. They crave guidance, not because they lack potential, but because they lack the courage to think for themselves. Weak minds follow because it's easier to obey than to lead, easier to conform than to challenge, easier to survive than to dominate. Weak minds are fragile, always seeking safety, approval, and validation. They live in fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of standing alone. So they follow. They walk the path laid out for them by society, by their parents, by their peers. And they never question if that path was even meant for them. Strong minds, on the other hand, don't wait for permission. They don't ask. They decide. They don't follow. They create. Strong minds are forged in discomfort, sharpened by challenge, and driven by a hunger that most people will never understand. These minds see the world differently. Where others see limits, they see possibilities. Where others see risk, they see opportunity. They refuse to be caged by fear or swayed by public opinion. They understand that greatness requires solitude, sacrifice, and relentless focus. They know that if you walk the same road as everyone else, you'll end up exactly where they are, stuck, frustrated, and forgotten. Weak minds are reactive. They wait for life to happen. They blame circumstances, other people, bad luck. They point fingers, make excuses, and convince themselves that success is reserved for the lucky few. But strong minds are proactive. They take responsibility for everything. Their actions, their failures, their outcomes. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They act, adapt, and overcome. They know that the world owes them nothing, and that every inch of progress must be earned through effort, grit, and mental strength. To create your own path, you must be willing to walk alone. There will be moments of doubt, moments when you're tempted to give up and go back to the comfort of the crowd. But strong minds don't fold. They push forward, fueled by purpose, driven by vision. They understand that legacy is not given, it's built, day by day, battle by battle. They welcome the struggle because they know it is the struggle that separates the average from the exceptional. In this world, you're either a follower or a creator. You either live by someone else's rules or you write your own. Weak minds stay trapped in the system. Strong minds rise above it. Weak minds wait for change. Strong minds become the change. The choice is yours. Follow the crowd or carve your own path. Live safe or live powerful. But understand this, only those who dare to break away will ever taste true freedom and greatness. Strong minds are rare, but they are unstoppable. Be one of them. So now the choice stands before you, clear and undeniable. You can keep thinking like everyone else, moving through life in quiet desperation, following the same tired path, making the same weak excuses, and watching your potential rot away. Or you can rise. You can decide right now that you will no longer be led by fear, comfort, or the opinions of the crowd. You can choose discipline over ease, vision over distraction, and strength over weakness. The world does not reward those who wait. It rewards those who act with ruthless intent and unshakable belief. You must become the one who leads, who creates, who commands respect by the sheer force of your will. Power doesn't come to those who follow orders. It comes to those who dare to give them, to those who stand firm when others break, to those who think different and act on it without hesitation. If you want a life that most will never have, you must do what most will never do. Don't think like the rest. Don't live like the rest. Become the exception. Become the force they never saw coming. This is your moment. Take it. Dominate it, or be forgotten.